student, this is Preeti More and I welcome you all to today's YouTube video. In the last video we have just started our chapter 24 from civic, the story of democracy, and in that chapter we have seen what is democracy. The equality and the freedom are two guiding principle of the democracy, and democracy is the most suitable form of the government in the world. This also we have seen. Then how the democracy, the birth of the democracy in the 5th century in the ancient Greek, there was already existed the democracy, but it was the direct democracy. It was little bit different than which we see right now. Today we are going to see the Europe in the Middle Age and the Renaissance. So the Europe in the Middle Age, a combination of monarchical and the aristocratic and the democratic elements were found in the system of the government that existed during the Roman civilization. Monarchical means it is related to king. That means in the some countries in the ancient time, on the countries there were the kings were ruling at that particular place. So the democracy and the monarchical, these two form was little bit seen in the Middle Age of Europe, in the Roman civilization. It had the representative elements wherein government offices required the election. That means they have their representative elements. That means to express their thought and to express their feeling and to express their decision, they have in the Roman civilization, they have their own representatives. And the government offices required election. Then election was also held that time, and they also have their representatives. The Roman law and the belief in unity influenced development in Europe. So the Roman law and belief in unity influenced development in the Europe. That means this election and this democracy developed the Europe in that Middle Age. In the Europe, in the Middle Ages, between the 5th and 14th century CE, a system called feudalism was prevalent in Europe. So there was one system, and the system was the feudalism. Feudalism means the nationalism and the representative democracy began to emerge. That means the nationalism for the nationalism and for the representative democracy began to emerge in Europe. It was called the feudalism, was prevalent in Europe. Under this system, the vassal, that means the person who was granted the land by the lord. That means in this feudalism, the vassal who has the land would provide the military service to the lord instead of the land. That means the vassal has, under this system there was one system, and that system was called feudalism. In that system, the vassal who granted the land from the lord, he or that person provide the military service to the lord in exchange of the land. That means the vassal is already granted the land from the lord, but in the exchange of that land, vassal has to provide the military service to the lord. So that system was called the feudalism. That system was called the feudalism, and the obligations between the lord and vassal and the fief form the basis of feudalism. So the obligations between the lord and vassal, that means the obligation means the relation between the vassal and the lord. That means the vassal, the federation, this system was there in the Europe in the Middle Age. So in during this system, under this system, the vassal, that means the people, the person who granted the land by the lord. So in the exchange of the land, the vassal has to give the military service to their lord, and this relationship and this communication and this connection between the lord and vassal are the basis of the feudalism. In the 14th century CE, feudalism came to an end in Europe. Now in the 14th century, this feudalism declined over there. As a result, law and orders was enforced in many parts of Europe. Nationalism and representative democracy were the logical outcome of this development. Now in the 14th century, first in the 5th century we have seen there was the feudalism, this system was there, and under this system the vassal, the person who had already granted the land by the lord, so that vassal has to provide the military service to their land, exchange in the land. So that system was called the feudalism, and this relationship between the lord and vassal was the basis of the feudalism. But in the 14th century, this system was declining, and as a result, law and order was enforced in many parts of Europe. So the nationalism and the representative democracy were the logical outcome of this development. So from the feudalism, the nationalism and the representative democracy emerged that time in the middle age of the Europe. So the nationalism and the representative democracy were the logical outcome of this development. Nationalism emphasized on a collective identity based on the culture, race, and the representative democracy was a form of direct democracy where the people. So the nationalism emphasized on the collective identity based on the culture. That means the nationalism was based on the culture, race, etc. And the representative democracy was a form of direct democracy. First, there in the middle age of the Europe on the 14th century, there was the nationalism and representative democracy was emerged that time. Nationalism and representative democracy emerged that time. So what is the nationalism? In nationalism, there was the culture and race and some function was emerged there, but in the representative democracy was the form of direct democracy. The representative democracy was the form of the direct democracy where people democratically elected government officials to make decision on their behalf. Now in the representative democracy is the part of direct democracy, and in this direct democracy the people has right to elect their own leader, and they allow that leader to take the decision behalf of them. During this period there was a growth of democratic values. Then during that period there was a growth of democracy. That means the democratic was developing day by day, and values among the people in the Europe. Legislative bodies which were composed of representative of various groups began to emerge. Then various groups and various parties began to emerge over there in the Europe in the Middle Age. So what we have seen here, we have seen the main point, the system of feudalism in the 5th century in the Europe. So in that system, the vassal and the lord, there was the relation between the vassal and the lord. The vassal has to provide the military system to the lord instead of the land. So their relationship was the main basis of the feudalism. But in the 14th century, the feudalism was declined, the feudalism ended, and the result of that, the nationalism and the representative democracy developed over there. So in the nationalism, what comes in the nationalism? The culture, some functions, some festivals, and the all things were included in the nationalism. And in the representative, was the form of the direct democracy, where the people has right to elect their own leader and they allow their leader to take the decision about them or for the development of the country behalf of them. So and like that only the many composed of representative of various group were also emerged in the middle age of the Europe. So let's write the main points of the democracy. Roman contributed to the field of law. They also believed in unity, the government was mixture of monarchy, aristocracy, and democracy. Feudalism existed over there. Fourteenth century, and law and orders was enforced. And when the feudalism declined, this gave rise to nationalism and representative democracy. So you just note down these main points of the Europe in the Middle Age. Now Europe in Middle Age, this topic we have completed, and the main points of this topic we have written on the board, and I hope you also have written the same points in your notebook. Now the next point is the Renaissance. The Renaissance, which literally means rebirth. Renaissance means the mean is rebirth, that means something is rebirth again, that means something birth again. The Renaissance, which literally means rebirth, swept over Europe during the 14th and the 15th century CE. When this Renaissance in the Europe, it was in the 14th and 15th century. So it aimed to recapture the spirit of classical Greece and Rome. For why they did this Renaissance over there? Just it was aimed the rebirth of the rebirth of this thing is during the 14th and the 15th century CE. Its aim, it was intention to recapture the spirit of classical Greece and Rome. That means whatever the main things, whatever the skill was there in the Greece and Rome, this thing they had to capture again. So the cultural awareness and the learning took place over there. So the cultural awareness and the learning took place in the 14th and 15th century, resulting in the wondrous development in literature, painting, sculptures and art. The Renaissance main aim was to recapture the spirit of Rome and Greece, and in this way you can see there are many wonders, and in that wonder we can see the cultural awareness and learnings, and resulting in this wonders development in literature in that period, in that century, in the 14th and 15th century, people has developed literature, painting, sculpture and art. That means people develop their skill in paintings, sculptures and literature, and politically too. There were far-reaching developments with the emergence of city-state in the Italian provinces like Venice, Florence and Lucca. That means many state was also emerged and developed in that period. Just for the Renaissance, the Renaissance meaning was to recapture the spirit of Greece and Rome, and just because of that aim we can see the many development in that period in the 14th and 15th century. So the development in the literature, painting, sculptures, art and in politically development also we can see. So what is in the political development? In the political development we can see many states and cities were emerged that time. So which kind of cities were there? Venice, Florence and Lucca. These cities were emerged, these states were emerged that time. A republican form of government existed in this province, whose basis was the merchant and trading class. Then the republican form of the government also emerged that time. Some cities and states emerged, and some skill was also polished that time, like painting, sculptures and literature. This skills was developed, some city states also developed, emerged, and republic form of the government was also main emerging point of that period in the century 14th and the 15th. So whose basis was the merchant and trading class. That means for the business there was the republican form of the government also emerged that time for the merchant and for the trading. They were organized in guilds and participated in the decision making process of the government. That means the merchant was also allowed that time, the merchants was also allowed that time to participate in the political decision, in the political process. So elections were held and leaders were appointed for the limited period of time. So republican form of government emerged that time. So in that form the people has allowed it to take part in the decision of, in the political decision process. So what they were, election were held and leaders were appointed for the limited period of time. These city states acted as a precursors to democratic institution. Strong state emerged in Europe and the king were able to unite people under their centralized rule. So in the Europe, in the Renaissance, in the Europe, many kings were able to unite the people. That means the king has to unite the people for the development of their region, and the king were able to unite people under their centralization rule. Religious reform were also carried out as the people were unhappy with the church. Then many function and many culture and many religious reform also emerged that time. Peace and stability were required for the democracy to flourish. Now what was the main requirement over there? The peace and the stability. These 2 point was the requirement for the democracy to flourish. That means here in the Renaissance we have seen this Renaissance in the Europe just to recapture the spirit of Rome and Greece. And in this Renaissance many skill was developed that time, many state and cities emerged that time. The republican form of the government also emerged that time. So let's write the main points of the Renaissance. Integration of states took place during this period. Strong status emerged. Powerful kings concentrated power in their hand. People were united as a result. Religious reform took place. Peace and stability prevailed. Peace and stability. So these are the main points of the Renaissance. So you just note down these main points in your notebook. So it would be very easy to understand the Renaissance. So the democracy in England and the American Revolution we'll see in the next video. Till then, bye bye, take care and thank you.